Hi, it's Rusty from Pickleball Channel, and I'm excited to share with you about the growth of pickleball around the world. Specifically right now, we have a chance to talk with the founder of the Mediterranean Open, Luis de Cristóbal, and one of the pro players, Laville. So, hey guys, how are you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello from Mallorca, Spain.
Yes, indeed, from Mallorca.
So Luis, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about the event and where you are and what's happening?
We are in the first ever Mediterranean Open, and it's the first ever pickleball event at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, which is one of the most impressive venues for racket games in the world.
That's a pretty unique location. A lot of people are familiar with who Rafael Nadal is, so what was that like to work with them to actually bring pickleball to that venue?
Well, first of all, they were super impressed because they didn't even know what pickleball was, because you know that in Europe it's not like in other places, and especially Mallorca, this is in the Balearic Island. It's the only place. It was the only place without pickleball courts in Europe, the only region without pickleball courts. So we started a project with them. They felt in love with our idea of this Mediterranean lifestyle. They said yes, and we started like 10 months ago to start this open that it's been amazing, and I think it's getting bigger in the next years.
That's pretty exciting, but this is a part of multiple events. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so as tennis lovers, as we are, we want to make some Grand Slams. We think on Grand Slams, so we are making 4 tournaments a year in 4 Mediterranean venues, like this Mediterranean, that's the first Mediterranean Open at the Rafa Nadal, and the second one, for example, is at the Ferrero Tennis Academy. That is for the tennis fans, is the place where Carlos Alcaraz trains.
Now, this is an international event, so there are people from more than just Spain, correct? Can you tell us, like, where are people coming from?
Oh, we have players from different countries, even from different continents. We have players from Taiwan, Kazakhstan, Brazil, Argentina, and a lot of British, like the incredible Luis Laville.
That's pretty exciting. So you mentioned the idea of a Grand Slam, but this tournament isn't really about just pros only, right? There's amateurs, and I believe you have even more plans for something unique to include even more people. Can you tell everybody a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think for all of us, pickleball it's a sport for everyone. So we have a mix of the elite players, the top players, with the community, that is the amateur players, also for the old players, plus 55, plus 60, but we also are super focused on the inclusion. So we have a group of adapted tournament and also an inclusive tournament for players with brain damage, cerebral paralysis, and also with Down syndrome. So we also have a focus group with 3 universities in Spain and 4 social entities to make this sport to be a tool for the people with disabilities to have better lives, to be more in society, and especially to make new rules, adaptive rules, so they can play easily. For example, we had 15 minutes ago a player with only 30% of vision because of a brain tumor, and he is able to play with 2 bounces. So he carries some yellow line here, so the other player knows that for this player the ball can bounce 2 times. And we have 3 different kind of that, and we are with the researchers and with the specialists on disabilities making these new rules. So we want to give the world of pickleball as a free tool, this inclusive guidelines, so they can use it worldwide in the US, in Europe, and in every part of the world.
That's fantastic. We're so excited to hear that. I mean, Pickleball Channel over the last 10 years, one of the things we love and we've observed time and time again is how accessible pickleball is, and all ages and skill abilities. So it's fantastic to hear organizations like yours that are going the extra mile, working with the universities, that's fantastic, but really trying to include and give opportunity for people of mental and physical disabilities to also enjoy the sport and enhance their lives. So kudos to you. We wish you the best. And everybody else, actually lastly, we also have a chance to talk to Luis Laville, so let's bring him out. For our viewers, we met Luis at the US Open. He's one of the top pro players internationally. He's from the London area. So Luis, yeah, we saw you in the US, and what's up now?
Yes, so I've been to the States a load of times, but we are in Mallorca right now, one of the Spanish islands, at one of the best venues in the world, the Rafa Nadal Academy, playing on some unbelievably good courts in one of the best places in Europe. It's awesome.
That looks fantastic. It's great to be able to see a little bit of that. It was great to have met you in the US, but being a European and playing pickleball over there, why don't you share with us some of the growth and some of the things you see happening with pickleball in that part of the world?
It's really exciting times in Europe at the moment. We're finding a lot of tennis players are converting from tennis to pickleball, which means obviously the level's getting a lot higher, which is great for the sport, maybe not so great for me because I get getting beaten now. But no, it's awesome that, you know, we've got, I don't know, over 200 something players. The level of the tournament this weekend is very high. We've got US pros coming over. We've got some of the top players in Europe actually playing here. So it's a really high level tournament all in all.
That's great to hear, and thank you for your commitment to pickleball. And one thing we often do when we talk to people, we like to have them say, what would you share to somebody who's watching this and maybe hearing about pickleball for the first time? What advice would you give them?
Oh, get on the court and enjoy it. It's one of the best sports I've ever played. So easy to pick up, so inclusive. We recently, literally 15 minutes ago, they had an all-inclusion event which had people from all abilities and disabilities, and it was an absolutely awesome event. Now we're sort of playing the pro finals, so there's such a big, vast amount of difference in level, and it's kind of the easiest sport in the world to get into. So if you want to get playing, jump on a court and get going. It's really easy.
Thank you so much for your time, Luis, especially in the middle of the tournament, and we know you have more pickleball to play, so we'll let you get going, and we hope all goes well.
No, I just want to thank Luis for put this on. Mediterranean Open, first time ever playing a tournament in Mallorca. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to coming back again next year.
So everybody, as you can see, pickleball continues to grow literally around the world. I want to say again, special thanks to Luis and Luis for taking time out of the tournament to share with you about this special event. Now for all the rest of us, there's only one thing left to do, and that's go play.